Welcome to the Filippi podcast. Grace straight, no chaser. True salvation is evidenced by a true life transformation. That is true Christianity. Let's take a look at 5 commonly misunderstood verses about Christianity. There is a very real battle between the partial gospel and true transformation. Not everyone who claims to be a Christian really is. It's a tough truth that leaves people confused and gives Christ, the church, and Christianity a bad name. So what is a genuine, true believer, and how can you tell the difference? A true believer has a powerful life transformation. When someone authentically receives Jesus into their life, they change, and we begin to see a new person emerge. Sometimes the transformation is instantaneous, and other times it takes a while to see the fruit appear and grow. Unfortunately, people think that true spirituality is a matter of learning how to become more obedient to Christ's commands or the Old Testament law. They seek to please others in the church by doing things so they can look good and holy. But such an approach causes people to become legalistic, inauthentic, and dead in their religious ways. Biblical Christianity is born out of the Spirit's indwelling presence in the life of a believer. It is Christ who is at work in them, causing them to do what He desires because they now have a changed heart. The life they live is by allowing Jesus to live in them and through them. A powerful Christian life comes from complete surrender to Jesus. As we submit to Him, we see Him at work in us, causing us to do His good pleasure. Too many of us try to do it the other way around, where we work hard to keep His commands and to obey and to be good and spiritual. That kind of life is self-driven and law-based. It is not the life of Christ in us. It is bondage to law and legalism. That kind of Christianity is stale and artificial and religious. The law kills, but the Spirit gives life and life more abundant. It is easy to be caught up in doing Christian things in hopes of becoming more blessed or accepted by God, but that kind of a life is from the self-life. This is what the Bible calls living in the flesh. It might look great on the outside, but inside, it's totally empty. Don't get caught in that trap. That is the trap of religion. Let me show you 5 Bible passages about people who are really trying to be good and holy but feel stuck in the heavy grip of religion. It's pretty eye-opening. Matthew 7:21 through 23. Not everyone who says to me, Lord, Lord, will enter the kingdom of heaven, but only the one who does the will of my Father who is in heaven. On that day many will say to me, Lord, Lord, did we not prophesy in your name, and cast out demons in your name, and do many mighty works in your name? And then will I declare to them, I never knew you. Depart from me, you workers of lawlessness. This is just superficial religion. Wake up to a real relationship with Jesus. They had spiritual experiences, but they lacked real connection and heart. Jesus doesn't reject what they are doing. He says He doesn't even know them. It's all about connection and following the Spirit, not just doing things. Luke 6:46. Why do you call me Lord, Lord, and not do what I tell you? Jesus exposes empty confession here. You can say all the right things and use the right titles, and yet never give control of your life to Him. Calling Jesus Lord without submitting to His Lordship is the essence of false discipleship. John 14:15. If you love me, you will keep my commandments. This verse is often twisted into a legalistic demand, but in truth it's a description of a life transformed by His love. The Spirit of Christ transforms our heart, and we experience heartfelt obedience. Love becomes the motive and evidence of salvation. Without obedience born out of love, the claim of faith is hollow. James 2:17 through 19. So also faith by itself, if it does not have works, is dead. But someone will say, you have faith and I have works. Show me your faith apart from your works, and I will show you my faith by my works. You believe that God is one. You do well. Even the demons believe and shudder. This demolishes belief just based on the intellect. Belief without transformation is a demonic counterfeit of faith. It is only mental awareness without a heart surrendered to Jesus. True saving faith produces a life that mirrors the Savior. John 23-25. Now when he was in Jerusalem at the Passover feast, many believed in his name when they saw the signs that he was doing. But Jesus on his part did not fall for their hollow words, because he knew all people and needed no one to bear witness about man, for he himself knew what was in man. This reveals a chilling truth. Many believed, yet Jesus didn't believe them. Their faith was based on signs and wonders, and it was not spirit-born. They admired his power but never yielded to his lordship. True salvation is not just fascination with miracles, but transformation of the heart. Don't be fooled. We have only looked at 5 passages dealing with the subject of false Christianity. There are many more. Just know that the Christian life is meant to be a reflection of a love relationship with Jesus, not a legalistic relationship with religion. Keep following hard after Christ. Continue to fall more deeply in love with the Savior. Never stop praying and studying and learning and growing in your relationship with the Lord. He loves you and gave his life so you won't have to. Fall in love with the Savior and let him love you and transform you from the inside out. Thanks so very much for listening. This is the Filippi podcast. Grace, straight, no chaser. Well, we'll see you next time. Be blessed.